This is lesson 124 in Saxon's second edition, Algebra 1/2. And this lesson is parallelograms and trapezoids. Now, in lesson 123, we were introduced to a parallelogram and a trapezoid and what they look like, what their shapes look like. But let's go a little bit further into detail with these particular two. Okay, so here you have a parallelogram, and a parallelogram to me kind of looks like something like if this were a cardboard box, it looks like you've kind of pushed it over a little bit from the top, and it's no longer standing up as a complete rectangle. And here we have the trapezoid, and a trapezoid has a distinct shape. It will always look something like this. Alright, let's look at the next slide. These are the formulas for area. Okay, now you know that the formula for area of a rectangle is the base times the height, or length times width. Alright, a parallelogram has the exact same formula. It is also base times height, because it really is like a rectangle, except, like I said, somebody pushed the top over a little bit. But these two numbers are not the numbers that you use. This will always be the base. But the height, this is not the height. It's the length of this side, but it is not the height. So when you're given a problem like this in your book, they're going to do this. They're going to give you the height. Okay? And then you know the formula for triangle. Here's the formula for trapezoid. A trapezoid you can divide into, like it is two triangles. You can divide it here, or you could divide it like this. Either way, when you have a triangle, you have the base times the height times 1/2, or divided by 2, same thing. So you're going to have two triangles here in a trapezoid, so you find the area of this one and the area of this one, and then you just simply add those together. Let's look at how they did that. Here they said they added the two bases, 8 plus 6, and they got 14. And the height for both triangles is going to be 5. So they said 14 times 5, and then half of that, half of 14 is 7. 7 times 5 would be 35. So how'd they get 14? Yeah, so I don't know why that was 14, but it would be 7 times 5, which is 35 when you add the two together. Okay, so here we have parallelograms. And in this one, this top one, we don't have any numbers. We only have letters. But we would say the formula for this would be B times H. Okay, because A is a side. Q and P are both diagonal lines. But B is the base and H would be the height. Alright, so a parallelogram, you can divide like this and have two triangles, or like this and have two triangles, one here, one here. But the base is going to be the same for both of those. Okay. So let's try this one. The base is 15 inches and the height is 8 inches. And this, it will be written like this in your problems that you have to solve on your own. So you simply say 15 times 8, which is 120 inches, and because it's area, it would be inches squared. Alright, and like we said, for finding the area of a trapezoid, you're going to take the two bases, this one, base 1 and base 2. You can add those two bases together, 8 plus 4, see right there, they got 12, times the height of 3, which is 36, and then you divide that by 2, and you get in this particular one, you get 18. Now here, base 1 is 7, base 2 is 3. We add those together, we get 10. The height is 4. So 10 times 4 is 40, and then we divide by 2 for a total area of 20 centimeters squared. Really pretty easy. Alright, so let's look at this one. The area of this figure in square centimeters, because it is area, so it's squared. Base 1 is 8. Base 2 is 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. The height is 3. So 11 times 3 is 33. And then we divide 33 by 2, and we get 16.5 centimeters squared. So 16.5 square centimeters, or centimeters squared. Let's do your practice. This says find the area of this trapezoid. So in the trapezoid, remember it's two triangles. We have two different bases. The top one is usually shorter, the bottom one is usually longer. So base 1 is 8, base 2 is 6. Add those together, you get 14. The height is 3. 14 times 3 is 42. And then because it's triangles, we have to divide by 2, and we get 21. And I don't remember if this was centimeters or inches or feet or whatever. Let me look back in the book. This is in meters, so it would be 21 meters squared. Alright, this says to find the area of this parallelogram. Remember that the area is base times height. The base is 7, the height is 4. 7 times 4 is 28 meters squared, because it's area. Alright, good job. Now, remember I said we were going to skip some lessons here and there. We are going to skip lesson 25 on perpendicular bisectors, drawing the angles and such. So we're going to move next to lesson 126. So I'll see you next time for lesson 126.